I get asked this all the freaking time. Everyone asks me about, hey, how do you stay in such a great place? You always seem to have a awesome, positive mental attitude. Some kind of rendition of that, and they say, I want it too. And so the first thing I do is I reference Tony Robbins, who's my mentor, who I was lucky enough to, me and my team run all the business coaching, training, and consulting with him for 4 years. That was when my partner, Chet Holmes, was alive. That company was called Business Breakthroughs. And leading up to that, we were trying to woo him into our world. And I got close to Tony's environment and his trainings. And so I cite him all the time. And so I'm going to do the best I can to reference his training. And I'll just tell you, if you need some reference to some of his team, I'll connect you. But let me remind you of everything that we covered on that training that, well, it kind of went haywire because of technology. We covered the Triad, the 3 areas. By the way, if I'm going to give this to public, my name is Ted Miller III. If you need resources on that, email me at tedmiller@tedmiller3.com. I'm making this specifically for a client of mine. I'm an acting interim VP of sales. It's one of the things my company does. And so anyhow, we were talking about, getting into a state to serve instead of being on the phone. Remember, he's like, well, what is it you think of when you're on the phone? Well, I think about making the sale. What is it you're looking to accomplish? I just want to make money. And we're like, well, let's evaluate how effective that is right now. And the guy's struggling. He's not making any sales. So we go, how can we get in a better state? How do we control that? And we said there's 3 elements. The 3 elements, if you remember, is your physiology, the thoughts that you're holding in your mind's eye, and the words that are coming out of your mouth because of the meanings. So what we were talking about at the very end when technology went haywire was how to use these 3 to snap out of the state, snapping out of, gosh golly, I'm new and I'm not making any sales, and then just went right into a decision, I'm going to make this work, to I can't believe I've been here for a long time and everyone else is kicking my butt suddenly in sales, to, whatever I can't believe I work 10-hour days and I've yet to even make 20 phone calls. Whatever those things are that are holding you back, you can control your mindset in an instant. In that moment you make a decision to reclaim your identity, to reclaim your life, and recognize there are no victims in the world, that you are the master of your own fate. And you can start with these 3 areas. The first one is your physiology. Now, physiology is not just how you hold your body, but how you use your body. If we're going to be talking about using your body, this is to emote, to induce emotion. So that would mean a movement. So find whatever movement matches the emotion that best serves you in a moment. Now, a lot of you probably think of love. Well, that I am a lover, and I think most people are attracted to my work. They're like that as well. You're all lovers, and I love you, and that's beautiful. Yet for me, what really fuels me in a moment, if I need to push through, I need to make a breakthrough, I need to do something profound or do something that might be uncomfortable, what I use are the things that drive me. So what motivates you motivates. So just take a moment and think in your mind's eye about your own personal experiences. What is it that really gets you going? So mine's excitement, exhilaration, and thrills. That's why you guys are, if we ever spend time together, I'm like, hey, let's go scuba diving. Hey, do you race motorcycles? Can we go do that? Can we go mountain biking? Do you want to go skiing? Anything exciting, exhilarating, and with a thrill. So those emotions for me are full of movement. That's why when I get going in trainings, you see my hands all over the place and my volume goes up and down. I get crazy, I get goofy, and I don't mind even being obnoxious. Because it fits that one of those 3 things to put me into a state to serve. So pick your emotions right now, just write it down, and then now do the motion that creates that emotion. What are you using in your body? How do you hold your head? What do you do with your eyebrows? What are you doing with your face? Oh my gosh, have you used these muscles around this area in a while? When's the last time you smiled? Are you smiling when you're on the phone? Are you smiling and dialing? Or are you like, oh God, the fucking phone, it's just, you're not going to make more than $20 a day when you see the phone as your enemy. Well, let's not go there yet. Let's just first talk about your physiology. So smile, dial, get in your state, and make whatever kind of movement. There's not a right movement. There's a movement that matches your emotions better. So use the way you've conditioned your body already to fit the emotion that's going to have you be in a state to serve. So 1, move your body. So for me, I immediately stand up. I do a particular move. I got this thing I didn't even know I was doing. I've articulated it a million times. The most recent one I was telling you last was I didn't know I hit my chest. So I looked at my videotape, and when I went through and I went like, yes, I did this like chest bump thing with my fist. I think what this is Tony's experience with Destiny. There's like a trigger, and the most basic trigger is just this fist thing, and it's like you put all these beautiful memories in. I get a flood of emotion, I get a flood of purpose, I get a flood of reason. So I've just anchored over a period of time of squeezing. It's not a fist of anger, it's a fist of like holding, grasping, and experiencing and caressing. So I just take it and I just boom, and I just take it right into my heart, and I just yes. And then what happens is I'm usually transmutating my energy. My pattern is that doesn't serve is frustration. So if I ever find myself anywhere that's not serving, I'm usually getting frustrated. It's a pattern that I've had in the past. So when I take that, I instantly go in, and as soon as about time I go here, suddenly it's just a smile of love and excitement. I'm like, yes, yes. And my state changes in an instant. So I just use the body. In a second, I can go to the words that you use. This is not so much about the words, but the meanings you attach to those words. You might have noticed I enjoy colorful language. I don't have "it's wrong, I'm going to burn in hell" associated to some words. That's why you hear me say hell, shit, and ass. I don't have a problem with it as much, but I have other words that I know are going to put me into a state to serve. I'm a master of my own fate. I am love. I choose I ams, and then I have a script of what I would say to put me in a state to serve. Use your own script. Take time to write out what you want to say, how you want to say it, to allow the meanings to come through who you are. The meanings. So if it's about love, have love in it. If it's about excitement, exhilaration, and a thrill, and being present with others as you help them on their journey, find a profound breakthrough to, again, these are mine, not yours, so just make up your own. Induce it into this incantation. And you can make it short if you want. You can borrow others. You can go take a CD and use Tony's. It's, all I need is within me now. All the love I need is within me now. I am love. I am happiness. I am joy. I am health. Whatever incantation puts you in that state that's going to serve, use those words. So now you have your physiology, you have the words that are coming out of your mouth because of the meanings that they carry, and the third are the thoughts that you're holding in your mind's eye. This is what you're focused on mentally. This is, some of you have auditorial language, audio patterns playing over in your brain again, saying something again. Like, I'm not good enough, you're not good enough. You just get rid of that crap and you hijack your mind. You're not a victim to your brain. You are the consciousness that's utilizing your mind. So you just decide, I'm the master of my own fate. I'm going to use this and bend it to my own will. And you then have it focus on what you want to focus on. I'll tell you now, if you're not getting the results you want, it's most likely that you're not focusing on what you want. Yeah, I am. If you're talking like that, no, you're not. You're usually focused on the antithesis of what you desire. You're focusing on all the obstacles you see in the way between now and to where you think you need to be. So put yourself right into a state to where you're experiencing what you want as if it's already true. And if some of you are in some moral conundrum because you're lying to yourself that you're not a manifester of your own destiny, just recognize you're not lying to yourself. You're simply telling yourself the truth in advance. So live that truth now in your mind's eye, because many have said your brain can't articulate the difference between your imagination and the reality of what it's experiencing. So for it to become a manifestation and experience, put it in your mind's eye. Speak it out loud and move your body in accordance with this. Having all three of these in alignment would serve you. So what do we say? Your physiology, how you move your body. Pick your move. Choose your move now. The one that matches the emotions that serve. Second, pick your language, the words that you want to choose in the moment. As soon as you recognize you're in a funk, don't stay there any longer. If you do, you're choosing whatever you call it, pain. You're choosing suffering. Why would you choose that? Stop that shit. Just stop it, to claim your body and your life and your mind and your journey, and just go right into your incantation, and then replace the thoughts that are in your mind's eye that aren't serving you with something that does. Now, these are three things that guarantee you can be in any state that's going to serve at any moment, no matter what happens in life. Now, I will tell you a little trick. You really only need to master 2 of these. Really, whichever 2 of these best serve you. I found that when you get these 2 down, any of the 2 that are your preferred favorites, the other one's usually hijacked and comes along for the ride. Like, it's not really in charge anyhow. It's like the caboose of your train. So just get control over the first 2, whatever serves you. I find that with most human beings, physiology seems to be one that is at the top of the list. It's just from my personal experience. So that's just a reflection of what I've seen others. If we get to move their body, everything has a tendency to follow it. Incantation seems to be the easiest because anyone can practice. Anyone, the lowest level of learning is memorization. So anyone could regurgitate some kind of statement. Just make sure you don't regurgitate it without emotion. Don't do the dogmatic thing that, I don't know, some of us might have gone to church with me, and some of us sit, stand, kneel, and do the same. I'm not going to say it just so I'm not throwing our beliefs underneath the bus, but sometimes I look around a church and people are there. They're dead. They're not going through life. They're not emotive. They're like, I mean, you see their eyes are halfway falling asleep, but they know they've said it so many times, they're just still talking it. Don't do that. Use the emotions, state the words, the thoughts in your mind. You'll break through any obstacle you have, and you won't have this funk any longer. You won't have a state. You can't justify, well, something didn't go the way I want, so I'm now sad, or no. If you truly have chosen the role of salesmanship, but yet you still believe you're a victim to the environment, you got to find a better profession, because true salesmen are leaders. A sale is often nothing but a transmutation, or not transmutation, it's a transfer of confidence from one individual to a next. So you've just got to decide, are you going to be more certain and confident on a compelling, positive future for that prospect when they're working with your products and services? Or you're going to have your prospect be more confident they're going to be in pain if they do business with you and nothing ever happens, you make no money. So if you can't be a leader in this society and choose to control your emotional state first, get a new job. Go do something else. Because if you can't be a leader in life, you definitely can't be a great salesman. So I hope this served you. Sorry it came 48 hours later than the last video conundrum, but I wanted to get it to you. I love you all. This is for you, the last month of your quarter, and it's a time for you to lean in. Or some of you guys are getting pipped right now. Performance improvement plan. Don't let that get you down. Let that inspire you, realizing PIP means performance improvement plan. We've got a plan to help you improve your performance. If you step up, we'll assist you through that process, or simply step out and we'll fill that gap with someone else who is equally as committed, or if not more committed. So I want to thank you for taking the time to spend 13 minutes with me today. And excuse the environment. I'm in the car, just getting ready to go sit down and have a cup of coffee, map out some marketing strategies for the coming year. And you got to do that in advance. If you're looking to make the next year the best year you've ever had, schedule it now, brothers. All right, peace. Bye.